What's difficult today is that this common European home concept doesn't faze anybody anymore because they have this EU thing that everybody's become accustomed to, and nobody bats an eye at. The first time I read this, I thought this was just like amazing and new, and who had thought up this concept? But they're completely jaded. So trying to rescue the sense of novelty in it is very difficult. And I don't think there's any way to really do it, because it's sort of fake to say to a student, imagine you've never heard of this concept. And also that there's certain absences in the speech, and it's very hard for students to do the kind of reading between the lines and the thinking about, well, what would be in a Soviet speech, generally speaking, and what's missing from it. So it's hard to pick up on some of the subtleties. So for instance, the fact that the United States comes up once in the whole speech is a big deal. And generally, people don't pick up on that. One thing that is hard to wrestle out of a speech like the Gorbachev speech is the larger context in which it was produced. I mean, the speech was a live speech. So it had a certain audience in mind, an intended audience, and people interpret in a certain way when they were in the room versus when they were reading it. In the Washington Post versus Pravda, and in what way in, say, Poland, Hungary, Romania. So to give the students a sense of both the kind of immediate context of intended audience and the actual audience, the fact that he's giving the speech in Strasbourg is important, but they don't necessarily pick up on that immediately. And so one has to talk about kind of painting a picture of what would it be like to be in a room they're listening to this. What do you think that he's trying to convey? Is he speaking for the people in the room or for the cameras that are filming it, and therefore is he creating a record for posterity, or is this sort of like a moment of engagement with the audience?